This is Twit.
We were talking to Rebecca, the art teacher at Pasadena City College, and she had some interesting questions about LinkedIn. It's not just LinkedIn. Unfortunately, your friends are giving out your email address all the time. And I think people need to start being a little more aware of this. So when you join LinkedIn, when you join a lot of sites, Twitter, Facebook, when you download and install apps on your phone, these sites and applications often will say, hey, your friends would love this. Maybe you would like to, see if they're on here. Or they usually give you some sort of obscure phrasing that eventually leads to you notifying your friends, sending them an email and giving their email as a result to these sites. So if you have, for instance, if you install an application like Facebook on your smartphone, it says, would you like me to see if anybody else you know is on Facebook? Well, yes, that'd be very convenient. Okay. And then it pops up a little thing that says, may I have access to your contacts? Because it needs to look through your contacts. Oh, yeah. Well, what it's not telling you is that it's downloading those contacts and keeping them forever. And in fact, may start emailing or talking to your contacts in other ways, may market to your contacts. So if you ever send an e-greeting, well, the only way you can send, my mom really loved electronic greeting cards and would start sending me greeting cards all the time. And I said, Mom, every time you do that, you're giving them my email address. But so I don't know what the answer is. I mean, on the one hand, you could, I guess, train relatives, and I'm going to try to explain this to you right now. Don't give out email addresses if you can avoid it. Because that's giving out a piece of personal information that can be misused. On the other hand, I would start thinking of email addresses as something public. Fortunately, we've got good email spam filters now. If you use Gmail, for instance, if you're using Google's mail service, it's the best. All of them have some degree of spam filtering, but Google's is the best. You'll get very little spam. Google's Gmail really is good at filtering it out. So, it's not really, I don't know if you blame LinkedIn. You have to really, they're asking your friends to give LinkedIn your email address, and your friends are doing it. LinkedIn's not stealing it. Your friends are volunteering it. So really what you have to do is you have to tell your friends, stop it. And are they going to know? Now, there are things you can do, and I would suggest doing. There are a number of things you can do. Google is good for this. Google, let's say my email address is leo@gmail.com. It's not, but let's say it were. I could, when I give out my email address, add anything after a plus sign will be ignored by Gmail. So if I give Heather my email address, I could say, hey, Heather, my email address is leo+Heather@gmail.com. Now, she might think that's a little odd. So maybe I should say Leo+1 or something like that. I can give out unique email addresses to everybody using the plus sign, and it will be ignored. Everything after the plus sign will all go to leo@gmail.com. So if you sign up for LinkedIn, you might want to do Leo+Li, for instance, .com as your email address. Then you'll know who LinkedIn's giving your email address to. How valuable is that? I don't know. It's ammunition, I guess. It's more like research. You can also, though, and Art Chandra is pointing out the most useful feature of this, now create a filter. So you could say, hey, I'm getting a lot of spam from Leo+Li.com. at gmail.com. So let's filter everything that comes with a +Li into the trash. And you won't see it. So it's very handy for filtering. I would suggest if you use Gmail, by the way, Gmail is the only service that does this to my knowledge. Others may offer a similar capability, but I'm pretty sure, don't try this plus thing with other email companies, I guess. Leo+spam@gmail.com is something I might use when I sign up for stuff. And then I just say, hey, if anything comes to Leo+spam@gmail.com, would you throw that in the trash? Don't put it in my inbox. Good idea, huh? It's one of the reasons I like Gmail. Unfed says that is in the email specification, so most email providers should do it. Okay, good to know. I would find out before you kind of randomly do it, but That's interesting. That's very handy. Spammers might be smart then and say, hey, if it's got a plus, just take out anything after the plus.